They can get something useful for him now, however in the event that they stand by it'll be past the point of no return. In 2018, when Cox was thriving, he had 10.5 sacks at 34 QB hits. In 2019 and 2020 consolidated, he had 10 sacks and 19 quarterback hits. 1 year from now, Cox will 1 year more established. Trust me, I figured it out on that. Regardless of whether his numbers in 2021 stay at similar levels they were in 2019 and 2020, he will be worth less to different groups. Also, in the event that he decreases further, you're presumably taking a gander at another Zach Ertz-like circumstance. His worth probably will not be higher going ahead than it is at the present time. In this way, do it now. BLG note: it was recently revealed that there is inward worry about how Cox will age in Philly. Philadelphia Eagles, 25 considerations about the Nick Sirianni instructed, Jalen Hurts drove offense entering instructional course, The Athletic. 19. It's difficult worth observing how Dillard has improved and performs, yet in addition where he plays. As a freshman in 2019, he was only a left tackle. That was clarified when they took a stab at beginning him at right tackle against Seattle and he was sidelined at halftime. In any case, if Dillard doesn't begin for the Eagles, he would almost certainly have to play the two sides. That is the assumption for the top saved tackle, particularly one who isn't a new kid on the block. On the off chance that the Eagles are playing Dillard at the two sides this late spring, he could have more worth in the event that he doesn't win the beginning position. Assuming he's solely a left tackle, he doesn't have the flexibility expected of a hold and it very well may be more useful to exchange him, except if he's the starter. Extending 2021 beginning arrangements for every one of the 32 NFL groups entering instructional course, PFF. The Eagles' hostile line is a strength, yet the program overall is going off course. What's more, the hostile line is likewise one of the more seasoned position bunches on Philadelphia's program. Kels will turn 34 years of age this season, and Brooks will turn 32 in August as he works his direction back from an Achilles injury that held him out of the 2020 season. Landon Dickerson is a reasonable progression plan on the inside, and he likewise gives protection should wounds hit once more. There's a possibility he could rival Sumalo at left gatekeeper, too. Dickerson acquired a 91.3 grade as Alabama's beginning place last season. The Dallas Cowboys are before long going to be at the focal point of the NFL spotlight a few unique occasions, blogging the boys. We are only a couple days from the Dallas Cowboys taking off to Oxnard, California for instructional course. Football is just about back, individuals. However invigorating as it very well might be to realize that pet felines are going to be picked and that cushions will begin breaking, allegorically talking, we ought to likewise be preparing ourselves for the Cowboys to be at the focal point of the NFL universe for quite a while. Dallas will be the group highlighted on Hard Knocks this season. However, consider that they are additionally going to play in the Pro Football Hall of Fame game to begin the preseason and the season the opening shot game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as insightfully brought up by a Reddit client. That is a ton of consideration. The 5 o'clock club, Montez Sweat, Washington's other cautious end, Hogs Haven. Sweat's capacity to play the run and surge the passer similarly very much was one key to this part of Washington's 2020 protective achievement. The capacity to depend reliably on the Foreman protective line permitted the safeguard to utilize those barrages to plant weapons as opposed to a need to make pressure. It additionally permitted the protection to hold 7 protectors back in inclusion and flood the shallow spaces of the field, where Washington positioned second in DVA against short passes. So, while NFL fans the country overthink about Chase Young and his fantastic capacities, Washington's edge surge, its guarded line, and its anything but an entire is a long way from a one-man pack. Lost in the shadows are a great deal of players who have a ton of ability at each position on the safeguard. Among them is a first-round draft pick and edge rusher who might be a star into equal parts the groups in the NFL, yet who now and again appears to be very nearly a neglected man in Washington, Montez Sweat. Robert Saleh is looking forward to seeing the Jets battle adversity, MMQB. With this off-season slowing down, I believe it merits saying, once more, that the current year's quarterback turmoil may turn out to be more the standard. My inclination is Rodgers and Russell Wilson, and less significantly, Deshaun Watson and Matthew Stafford. Watched what Tom Brady pulled off throughout the most recent year and a half and saw what was conceivable, however what they were facing. Brady had a group focus on building for him, however on his course of events, with much less worry for the more drawn-out range future than we were accustomed to finding in the NFL. Also, the key is it worked. So interestingly, we saw a NFL group assembled LeBron James style getting the star around which it was established to the Lombardi Trophy platform. And keeping in mind that Brady did it by playing out his agreement, and Rodgers and Wilson had several years left on theirs, it's anything but too difficult to even consider coming to an obvious conclusion here and comprehend why different folks wouldn't simply say, I need a portion of that, yet additionally be quite restless about getting it. NFL Daily Kickoff, Monday, still no firm update on Aaron Rodgers, the SB Nation NFL show. It is just no time like the present for instructional courses to start in the National Football League, yet there are a lot of different storylines to talk about not long before they do. Look at the most recent NFL Daily Kickoff as we get you up on all you require to know. Web-based media information. BGN Facebook page, click here to like our page. BGN Twitter, follow at Bleeding Green. BGN Instagram, follow at Bleeding Green Insta. BGN Manager, Brandon Lee Goten, follow at Brandon Goten. BGN Radio Twitter, follow at BGN_radio. BGN Cameo, click here for a customized video message. More from Bleeding Green Nation. Howie Roseman takes a tumble in the NFL GM rankings. Report, Zach Ertz will go to Eagles instructional course, incredible possibility he's in the current year's group. What would we be able to anticipate from the Eagles' cautious line? The Eagles settled on the right choice with the new Lincoln Financial Field flag. Digital recording, Deshaun Watson exchange tales, Fletcher Cox's future, and then some. Weapon X mailbag, what's the best nourishment for an Eagles game?